When you think of what Phil Jackson did for you in terms of teaching leadership, I've heard you talk about some of this stuff, but what did he do to you that you make sure not to do because you didn't like it?
Literally nothing. I think Phil is a genius. I think he is one of the greatest coaches in any sport. What I learned from him is how to give everybody their space and their freedom, but at the same time maintain your authority as the leader of the team, and give the team the vision, and be unwavering in terms of the team's goal. And Phil was a master at balancing that. We all know the Dennis Rodman story. There was so much upheaval with that team, and Phil just let everybody be themselves, and yet never wavered from the path. And so that's what I learned from him and have tried to adopt here.
I don't know if you can see that we have Honest Abe in the back as ombudsman here, so I need an honest answer for this question, or Abraham Lincoln will rain down fiery judgment on you. What is the angriest that you have been at Draymond Green?
Well, there's a lot of examples. So
oh boy.
Yes, I would imagine. I would imagine so. But what's the first one that jumps to mind?
I think that for sure the Jordan Poole incident. Draymond and I are a lot alike in many ways. People probably wouldn't see that from the outside, but we're both kind of maniacal competitors, and we've lost our minds with each other during games over whatever, disagreements about strategy. But he crossed the line with Jordan, and he knows it. He knew it immediately, and it made that season incredibly difficult for everybody. And that story has been regurgitated many times, but that's probably the time I was most angry. And there's your headline. You guys can tweet this.
Well, thank you. Yes.
I see your team back there right now.
Well, that's Honest Abe is giving you a thumbs up there. No.
For honesty.
For honesty. Yes. Congrats. There's your headline. Steve Kerr, in exchange for your vote, he'll give you a headline because he knows that any question about Draymond is going to get aggregated.
All right, Steve.
I'm at a genuine loss, okay? When Kevin Durant joins your team, I'm assuming winning is fun. These guys are going to dominate forever. This will never come apart. How will it ever come apart? And then it comes apart, just like it did with the Heat, because evidently it's more grueling than I understand. But why isn't winning enough for that to have been fun forever?
I just don't think life works that way. It's everybody is on a path, on a journey, each individual player, and to try to keep teams together is so tricky, because there are just a lot of circumstances that occur. And so no matter what sport, you mentioned the Heat, our team with the Warriors, it sounds great. Just keep it all together for forever. But things get in the way. The thing for me is those years were incredible. I loved coaching Kevin. I think that last year that he was here, he was visibly wanting to move on. We could feel it, and that was his choice as a free agent. Everything that he gave to us and brought to us, we will be thankful for that forever. And it's been really fun to coach him a couple of times since, both in Tokyo as an assistant coach for Pop, and then in Paris a couple of months ago. So Kevin's an incredible player, and I'm blessed to have been able to coach him.
Steve, that's interesting. In what ways, in that final year, in what ways could you feel him wanting to leave?
I think, just you can tell when somebody's happy or not. And part of my job as a coach is to try to connect with each individual guy, to understand their story, their set of circumstances, what they're trying to accomplish. And it was obvious to everyone that Kevin just needed a new challenge. He was looking to move on, and I give him a lot of credit. He tried everything he could at the end of that season to come back, and Came back in the finals and literally gave his Achilles to our team. So I still feel awful for him in that regard, that he had to go through that injury. But the way he's come back has been amazing. And again, it's just life. This happens in every business and relationships. Sometimes, people just need to move forward, and it's really not as big of a deal as as it might seem.
You say things get in the way. What one thing gets in the way the most?
I think every player, every person has a path, has a journey, and they have to really be comfortable with the direction of that journey. I think for me that it was as simple as that group was running its course. It's not that much different from the Bulls back in '98, the last dance. Teams, when you go to the finals year after year after year, it's exhausting and it takes a toll on everybody. And so it was totally normal to see a team kind of run its course and have to take a new shape.
That's not an answer to my question about what gets in the way the most of you being able to do your job. Everyone has a journey is not an answer to that question.
I went to speak at the DNC because I know how to give political answers.
Steve, we like to play a game around here. It's called Shot for Your Life, okay? Shot for Your Life. You need to choose one guy to take a shot. If he hits it, you live. If not, you're dead. I mean, it's a little bit dramatic, but here we go. Here are your choices. Steph Curry or Larry Bird. Shot for your life.
Steph Curry.
Wow, you are dead.
He did not stop. He didn't hesitate. Of course, he chose the greatest shooter ever. It's easy.
That was the easiest question I've ever had to answer. No disrespect to Larry Bird.
That's up to Larry.
Steve, thank you for being on with us. Don't be a stranger, sir. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.